Hello, I'm UTT, and today, as part of Gamera's 6th anniversary celebration, it's time for a bit of a summary of the film and anime series. A ranking. There are 13 entries of the competition, 8 films from the Showa era, 3 films from the Heisei trilogy, Gamera the Brave, and the anime series Gamera Rebuild. The ranking will have 4 tracks. 2 versions are mine, 2 are based on the votes on the internet from IMDb and Letterboxd. My ranking is a traditional tier list. I also have the second, a much more difficult one to create, a traditional list. The online rankings are presented in the traditional list format. The numerical data is provided as on December 15, 2025. If 2 or more films have the same rating, I decided to use the number of votes as the criterion. With the same rating, the film with the most votes will be higher in the ranking. So, the ranking. I will start from the end. In last place, 13, and the only film I'm placing in tier F is rather unsurprisingly Gamera Super Monster. The recycling of kaiju scenes is better if somebody only watches this film from the Showa era, but as part of the series, it's unfortunately the weakest. The consensus agrees with me. On a 10-point scale on IMDb, the film has the worst rating, 3.6 with 1300 votes. On a 5-point scale on Letterboxd, it has a rating on 1.87 with over 3000 votes. Number 12. The only film I'm placing in tier A is Gamera vs. Zigra, the 7th film of the Showa era, featuring Shy-like kaiju. Letterboxd placed the same film in this spot, with a rating of 2.37 with over 3700 votes. IMDb also agrees, with a rating of 3.7 with 2100 votes. Number 11 for me is Gamera vs. Jigger, the only film I'm placing in tier D. For now, I'm simply listing Showa era film in reverse order, as this one was the 6th. And here's the first difference between me and the internet. Both Letterboxd and IMDb have a different film in the spot. But to make things more interesting, they are different films. Letterboxd has Gamera vs. Virus, with a 2.56 rating and nearly 4500 votes, where IMDb has Gamera vs. Giron with a 4.3 rating and a 3300 votes. 10th place is the film I'm placing in tier C, Gamera vs. Giron. I'm continuing the reverse order. This film is the 5th from the Showa era, and is notable for having also the mini version of titular kaiju. This choice also disagrees with the other sides. In Letterboxd, 10th place is Gamera vs. Jigger with a 2.86 rating with over 4000 votes, while on IMDb, this spot belongs to Gamera vs. Villas with a 4.6 rating from 2100 votes. 9th place is the only film I rank in tier B, Gamera vs. Villas, and unchanged, it's the 4th film of the Showa era. The first do featured an external alien street, and the first do increased the number of children to 2, including an American. Due to Americans involved in the production, this element remained constant in several subsequent films. On Letterboxd, that spot is occupied by Gamera vs. Giron with a 2.9 rating with over 5600 votes. On IMDb, we have Gamera vs. Barugon with a 5.1 rating with 3100 votes. 8th place is tier A, with 2 films in this category, Gamera vs. Barugon and Gamera vs. Gauss. Choosing which of these films to rank higher and which to rank lower was easy, so Gamera vs. Barugon takes 8th place. It's a unique film as there is no kid in it. Unfortunately, there is not much Gamera either, and kaiju in general. Much of the film has a more Indiana Jones-like adventure feel. It's a good film, but it doesn't necessarily have what I'm looking for in Gamera film. Therefore, it's in the middle of the pack. And we have partial agreement here, as Letterboxd also has this movie in 8th place, with a 3.02 rating from over 6100 votes. On IMDb, that spot belongs to Gamera vs. Gauss, with a 0.02 rating from 2200 votes. 7th place is the second film I'm placing in tier A, Gamera vs. Gauss. It's the debut of Gamera's most iconic adversary, one that was shared every incarnation of Gamera with face. On Letterboxd, that post goes to Gamera the Giant Monster with 3.04 rating and nearly 10,000 votes. On IMDb, Gamera vs. Jigger comes in number 7 with a 5.3 rating and 1800 votes. 6th place. Well, I really like Gamera and the production featuring this giant turtle. That's probably why I consider 6 films, almost half of them, worthy of a place in the S tier. Choosing which one to put where was definitely difficult, but after much thinking, I decided to give 6th place to the film that started it all, Gamera the Giant Monster. IMDb agrees with me as the same film landed at number 6, with a rating of 5.3 from 2200 votes. Letterboxd has Gamera vs. Gauss in 6th place, with a rating of 3.06 from over 5400 votes. After careful consideration, I assigned number 5 to the middle installment of the Heisei trilogy, Gamera 2, Attack of Legion. The entire trilogy is excellent and I love it. Legion is the perfect adversary. As I mentioned, all of these films are in the S tier. IMDb and Letterboxd agree with each other, with both sides ranking Gamera Rebuild in 5th place. On IMDb, it has a rating of 6.6 from almost 1000 votes, Well, on Letterboxd, it has a rating of 3.39 from also almost 1000 votes. The first place for me is the fifth installment of the Heisei trilogy, Gamera, the Guardian of the Universe. Things that could have ruined a lot, but with actually achieved something absolutely wonderful. The websites are once again in agreement, with Gamera the Brave in this spot. On IMDb, it has a rating of 6.6 from 1600 votes, while on Letterboxd, it has a rating of 3.32 from almost 3600 votes. In third place, for me, it's the third installment of the Heisei trilogy, Gamera 3, Revenge of Iris. A grand finale, a fitting conclusion of the trilogy. On websites, however, the fifth installment of the trilogy, Gamera the Guardian of the Universe, has consistently been ranked in this spot. On IMDb, it has a rating of 6.8 from 3,500 votes, while on Letterboxd, it has a rating of 3.58 from over 12,000 votes. Second place for me is Gamera Rebuild. I debated for a long time between this and fifth place, but I decided. But these two places are very close for me. The website again agrees, with Gamera 2, Attack of the Legion in second place. On NP, it has rating of 7.0 with 3,500 votes, and on Letterboxd, 3.71 with over 9,100 votes. Fifth place for me is Gamera the Brave. I was torn between this and Rebuild, but still, Brave. My favorite movie. Here we have the longest journey with Gamera. From hatching to the adult version fight, the best kids, an excellent movie. I love it. The website again agree, choosing the final installment of the Heisei trilogy, Gamera 3, Revenge of Iris, as the top of the top. IMDb with a 7.1 with 3,600 votes, Letterboxd with a 3.81 with over 8,300 votes. And that's the end of the Gamera content, or at last, the content I created as part of the 6th anniversary celebration. I will probably create more Gamera themed content on this channel. The closest thing that I've come to materializing is something about the Gamera, the complete collection from Arrow, which I've talked about many times in these videos. But for now, that's all. Thank you for watching, leave a like and subscribe if you liked it, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye!